Hello and welcome to today's video. Today is not a race playlist, but we are still joined by everybody's favorite gamer.
Guys, what is good?
Today, we're doing the first ever garage tour together. Now, I've done many garage tours myself on the channel, but we've never done a garage tour together, and we've never really go check out each other's garages. So this is gonna be kind of cool. Basically, we're gonna go and check out all of your garages first, and then we're gonna go to mine. So show us what you got here in the first garage.
So in my auto shop garage, in the last race playlist episode, it's pretty fucking wild. This is going out after June, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
in the last race playlist episode, it's probably the most wild one we've had out of all the episodes. Crazy finish. You guys gotta go see that. But I did mention that all of my F1 cars are designed, or I think you mentioned it, all of my F1 cars are designed to just have a base matte color. We've got orange for the first one, the PR4. The Dr8, we've got this yellow. We've got the blue on the R88, and then the Br8 has got the nice matte red.
sorry,
and I thought that this
looks too much like a Ferrari.
I thought this was pretty cool for the colors. I was kind of just doing random colors for my F1 vehicles, and then I decided, once I was moving all the vehicles around in my garages, which was recently, to recolor them, and that's what I came up with. So.
Very swag. Which one of these is your favorite here, gamer?
PR4.
PR4? Okay. I like it.
PR4. Yeah, the orange is like it's the only car that's not matte is the metallic orange.
Okay.
Kind of stands out.
Yeah, I like it. I like the blue and the red on this one.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool too.
I mean, the car is shit, but the colors are cool. It's the only open wheel car here that's like big trash.
A lot of the livery, I'm hoping they introduce more or older ones. A lot of the liveries have like preset colors, so it was kind of hard to like keep a color scheme for these cars. Like this one it looked shit for like all the other paint schemes because like the whole body, including the front and back wing, were orange or were like the same color as the body, so it just looked stupid. So a couple of these cars I had to mess around with, but that was the F1 garage, the open wheel car garage that we've got going.
All right, let's go to your next garage, gamer. Where are we going?
All right, we'll see what the next one is on the list, and then we will. Actually, no, we're close to a garage that I have around here, so I'll do that one next.
Fuck you, Martin. Fucking fuck.
Actually, I'm gonna get into your vehicle because
yeah, let's just take this random shit because I mean, you don't have any cars we can both take from there. Next one. Our goal in this video is to kind of show off cars from our garages as well. Of course, both of us couldn't be in an open wheel car, so we had to take this shit. But from here on out, we'll have.
Now, I will mention this. How do I buzz
buzzing
you
in, gamer?
I will mention that I do like to have smaller garages. This one's a very small garage.
So
off to the door.
As you'll find out throughout this video, our ways of keeping our cars are quite different, which I think also makes it kind of cool. All right, so tell us what you got here.
With this garage, again, it's kind of small, but I kind of wanted to have that because this is the lowrider garage. It's the closest one that I could get to kind of like East Los Santos, and kind of like around the ghetto. So I figured that like these cars fit, and I've got my Buccaneer, which is the nice like Wario color, black and gold. And it's got my crew logo on the front.
I think the crew logo fits good on this car.
Yes, fits very good. Actually, hold on. Can I pop this?
I don't think you can in your garage. Maybe you can? I don't think so, though.
No, it has to be active. And then on the other side, we have the Manana. It's the purple. It's my favorite color, so got the, I believe this is, what print is this, zebra? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got the zebra print, and yeah, I mean, both these cars are pretty cool. I decided to go for a different design with the hoods, but kept them both kind of in the convertible, so with the top down.
All right, I like it. I like it. I think they're pretty swag cars.
I think I'm gonna take Manana for the next garage.
All right, let's go. See where you're taking us, gamer.
Well, next garage.
You got a lot up the other way. Dude's got a garage all the way in. Little Bay.
I don't think there's anything in that though.
Okay.
I have a couple that I don't have anything in.
I will say the only garage that I have a car in that we're not going to is whatever. What's the one that you keep your tank in called? What's that shit? The
Arena War?
No, not Arena War. We'll go to the Arena War.
Facility?
Is it a facility?
The Kanjali tank?
Yeah, with the Avenger.
I think so, yeah.
Alright. That's the only one we're not going to because all it has is a Kanjali tank and an Elegy. So yeah, that's the thing. In our garage tours, we're showing you basically all of our garages we have in the city with our cars, and then we're not going to go look at planes and things like that. We're just showing purely cars. Basically what you're going to see in the race playlist or just us playing around. These are most of the cars you'll see. But this is kind of cool too because we can also, we're going to go see each other's buildings which you don't normally go into. Like, I didn't even know you had this nightclub.
The clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't know I had it either.
Seen the icon for it. Yeah, I thought it was a... Oh, yeah, I got my clubhouse way up in the area. We're going to have to go...
If we're going up to see that, then you just see the thing with your Kanjali, because I just have my APC in mine.
No, that shit's even further up. This shit's like the gas station in Sandy Shores. Oh, you got your Oppressor in here, huh?
Yeah.
Or do you have two Oppressors?
So, no, I have this, just the one, because it's easier to call from here. That's why I go to the motorcycle club all the time. But in this garage,
okay, I got you.
In this garage, I've got the Shotaro, the Reaver, which is a really fucking good bike. It's the fastest land vehicle in the game once it's in its hyperspeed boost, I believe. Got the Weston Rampant Rocket.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Which is honestly probably the best impulse buy that I've made in GTA. Got the Electro. Got the Electro, which is the Kurz bike that was released in the Heist DLC.
Yeah, you liked that shit back in the day.
Dude, I love all those cars. Then we've got the Oppressor in this garage again for the to call it in through the motorcycle interaction menu. Then we've got the Sovereign, which actually I think is the only vehicle that I don't have modified. Not sure if this is modified or not, but I'm not sure. Might be the only one that's not.
None of those motorcycles can have two people on them, so we gotta go back to the car.
What are your thoughts on that garage, though?
They're motorcycles, so I hate it. Nah, I didn't know you had that many motorcycles, honestly. And I didn't know that that's what you did with the Oppressor, calling it from the motorcycle club.
Oh yeah, that's
See,
why
I knew you did it, but I thought that it didn't have to be like in the garage. I thought it was just like you call it in, even if it's in your terabyte. I didn't realize you kept it in there.
No, yeah, no. It used to be they didn't have a. Wait, is that my garage? Hold on. I don't think
No, you don't have a garage this way on the map.
This one right here?
Yeah, this is not marked.
Do you have one here?
No.
Okay, I might have one here, but just not have cars in it.
I don't see anything marked on the map in this area, so. Because all your stuff on my map is blue, and I don't see anything there.
No, it's a warehouse.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't see it. Yeah, it's a little house with a car in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the special vehicles are. Which, I mean, if you want to tell everybody what special vehicles you have, you
could do that as well. I mean, probably should have like pulled up to one of the to the first two places.
This your agency, okay.
Yes, we're gonna do the office. I think I'm gonna save the office for last because that's just got wild cars. The agency does too.
What do you have in the special vehicles? What do you got there?
In my special vehicles, I've got the ramp buggy, and I've got the Pounder Custom. Both of those, which are fully upgraded and modded to the max, fitted with all the bells and whistles, mines, spoilers, all that kind of shit.
Swag. I got my special vehicles. I got the Technical Aqua and Ruiner 2000.
You never got the Blazer? I thought you had that at one point.
Maybe I have it. I don't know, dude. Let me see. No, I don't have a Blazer.
Okay.
I have
So.
Vito Custom somewhere. And a Mule Custom and a Pounder Custom.
That's actually not mine. This though is mine.
Yeah, that's the agency Jubilee.
This is the Buffalo STX, the infamous pink Buffalo that we have that we've seen in the race playlist multiple times.
We have seen it in the race playlist, yeah.
One of the most popular classes. And going down, this is, now, I do want to preface this by saying this is my armored vehicle warehouse, or armored vehicle garage. So every vehicle that I have that is armored or like an agency vehicle in some way, shape, or form is in this garage. So we've got the Buffalo STX, the mil-spec Patriot.
This thing's heat, dude. That was the first one we had with the remote control in it. That was fucking wild.
Yeah. We've got the Red Law.
What the fuck is this?
It's an SUV. It's not, it doesn't have any armor or anything, but it looks like a gang SUV.
Yeah, so you pull up on dudes.
And then I use that one sometimes for the race playlist. It's got some pretty good speed. We've got the Champion, which is what I don't use for the race playlist. This is just here for the memes.
We've seen in the race playlist once. I don't think it went well.
Honestly, if there's any car out of all of them in my garage that I would sell, this would probably be the one. Including motorcycles, including everything else. This car really, the only good thing about it is that it's got the armor and the, yeah, it's got the armor, it's weaponized supercar, and it's got the remote functions. But even then, like,
Buffalo's
the Buffalo moves faster.
Wait till we get on to playing on PS5, dude, with the weaponized Ignis. It's over, dude.
Oh, shit. So we've got the Jubilee here. Custom Jubilee is mine. It's fitted with, again, all the bells and whistles. It's got the armor on it. And this one is the missile jammer one.
Oh, okay.
So I decided to have a couple of different options for what I'm pulling up.
LJT just texted me, dude. I gotta go to the grow house.
Oh, shit, beans. So, and then here we've got the Insurgent. Oh, and we've got a couple of vehicles here. We've got the Rumpo Custom here. It's fully modded. And then the Ignis Cognoscenti. Forgot I had this. The Ignis Cognoscenti 55 armored.
Okay. This garage has got some heat. I mean, these are things that we don't really see them in the playlist, but we definitely see it in like when we're playing, just messing around.
Yeah, and I don't have any spots left, so I do want to take the Cognoscenti out because I don't think I've ever drove that in this yet.
Cognoscenti 55. I don't know if I've ever seen this car used, so.
Alright, I'm gonna have to call my mechanic. I think it's another Coup's car.
Sedan.
Or sedan.
Sedan.
Oh, the one sedan I own.
Wait till we get to Scum Class 3, gamer. You racing this on that track?
I mean, it doesn't have any weapons on it, so I think I should be good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cognoscenti
This is the time when they're being toxic about it. I mean, the
I just think the weapons
Kuruma armored is allowed, so. Eclipse Pen. I think we're gonna go there next. This thing drives like the turret limo.
This thing is a turtle limo, dude.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh.
It looks like it. No, I think the turtle limo is a benefactor.
Yeah.
It's a benefactor. This thing definitely turns like the fucking turtle limo, though, dude.
I think it turns fucking worse than that.
Holy turd, bro.
Holy fucking Pavel is more like it, dude.
Fucking Pavery, bro. Fuck that dude. He's the worst. Comment down below if you also hate Pavel.
Ah, that fucking red car wasn't there. I would've just fucking nailed that turn, dude.
This is more like a race this turn by you.
I mean, that's what I have to do. This thing turns fucking like fucking dog shit, dude.
Have you peeped the list of the new tracks in the next playlist episode?
I had a red light. That's my fault. I did earlier. I saw one of the tracks that you added. It's got Westport.
Yep. Yeah, I added 4 new tracks. We got Westport. We got Tangerine Go Kart. That's one that you like.
Oh jeez, dude. The reverse one.
Yep.
That's gonna be wild. All right, this here is not
Wait,
full.
I gotta get in.
Oh.
Um.
Give me something.
We also got Valencia and Noon Lagoon 4.
Noon Lagoon 4? Is that making a return?
No, that hasn't came out yet.
Noon Lagoon 4? That's the one with the double track, right?
Noon Lagoon 4 is the one underneath the bridges in Kudo.
Oh, Noon Lagoon. I thought you said Moon Lagoon. Okay.
No, we don't have enough tracks to make. Or we don't. We have 200 tracks. Oh my god, I fucking walked too close to the goddamn exit, dude.
Yeah, it was like Moon Lagoon 4 has been like in the playlist like 2-3 times already.
God damn it, dude. Fuck this game. Alright. Let me not walk near the door this time. Tell us what we got, gamer.
So, this is my luxury garage. I haven't got it filled yet, but we're still working on it. Still looking for cars to put in here that are luxury. First one we've got here is the Albany Roosevelt of Valor. And I believe this is from the Valentine's Day update.
Yeah, you said this one back in the day.
It's pretty nice sports classics. Then up next we've got the Enos Super Diamond. I thought this was a pretty dank car. It was kind of like... It was the kind of, it was kind of the Drop Windsor before the Drop Windsor was actually in the game. This car was originally in the base game. You see some people driving around at the airport with it sometimes. Here we've got the Cockett Blackfin, which is probably... I lied, it's not my favorite out of all the ones in here. But it is a really cool car. It just reminds me of, like, the old style of Corvette, and kind of really cool. Next up, we have got the Z-Type with the chrome money wheels, of course, because why the fuck not? It's a luxury warehouse. This is always, the Z-Type's been a car that's been my favorite throughout GTA. I haven't had it much, but I did have the money recently with us doing the Camp Rico heist, and I decided to rebuy it, and I'm glad that I made that purchase because, I mean, this is still a really good sports classics car, and I mean, might see it possibly maybe once in the playlist, maybe twice, you know, depends on what we've got, but again, it's one of my favorite vehicles.
It used to be that and the original Cockett Classic. Like, they used to race each other all the time.
Yeah. We've got the Enos Windsor. This is the cheaper version of the Drop. This is not a convertible, but it is a nice-ass coupe, to say the least. And it's got the gold and titanium kind of cheetah print on it, along with the chrome wheels.
I don't know if this car necessarily fits the rest of the garage.
This car, I mean, I kind of, I don't know. I saw it and I was like, oh, it's kind of looks like a luxury sports car to me, but.
I mean, it definitely is, but the other ones feel like this doesn't feel like it fits in. That's all.
Yeah. The Dubachi 770 is kind of like a last-minute choice. Like, again, it was one that I looked through and I was like, oh, damn, it was a cool car. I'd like to kind of... I thought I might be able to use it for the race playlist. I'm not sure how fast it is yet, but, you know, it's here.
It's a pretty looking car. I don't know how quick it is, but I definitely like it.
Here we have got the rich man's Fagaloa, the Enos Stafford.
What the fuck in the classic Rolls Royce is this?
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. It's an Enos Stafford. I think fucking Rubio has one of these on his island.
Of course he does.
But it's in, like, red and white.
Of course he does.
But yeah, I just bought it. I really like the look of this car, and I didn't even know they had this livery in the game, but it's kind of like a cool, kind of like Day of the Dead flower
like
livery pattern. So, was that?
Looks like a tablecloth. This definitely does not fit in this car.
And then this one here, I don't even know why it's in here, but This is the garage that this is gonna be in.
I know you really like
For the
this
time
one.
being. Yeah, this is a pretty cool car.
One of the 50 Porsche that all look the same that they put in the game.
Yeah, it sounds incredible when it revs up. It's one of the tuner cars, which unfortunately, you know, it's kind of hard to drive the tuner cars, but it's a pretty fast one in its class, so, you know, it's pretty swag, and it has a lot of modifications, so. Growler is definitely a car that I'm not upset about buying at all.
Where are we going next, Gamar?
Next garage, I believe I'm going to take a drive up into the hills here.
So you got your garage in the hills and then your office?
I think I have like one more.
Okay. I didn't really see many more spots on the map, that's why I was... Okay. Yeah. See what you got, though.
Just checking my other garages, hold on. Okay, that's the one I'm about to go into. No, I have a bunch of other ones. Whoa.
Okay, we got more.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a lot of cars that we haven't even got to yet. I think it's this one up here, gamer.
What's this one up here?
Oh, never mind. This is your... It didn't register that this is your building. Oh my god. We came all the way here to see 3 SUVs?
Yeah, this is the SUV garage.
Oh my god.
So, the SUV garage, this is, again, a garage that I'm working on. All my SUVs that are not in the agency garage, because a lot of the SUVs that I buy are probably going to go in there, are in this one. So we've got the Novak, which is honestly probably my favorite out of all of the SUVs. Just because it's got a lot of fucking speed, and it's got a pretty good acceleration behind it as well. I bought that after I was kind of grinding up the Puerto Rico highest. I thought it was a pretty dope SUV to have. We've got the Gallivanter Baller ST. I thought I had the Granger, or whatever the fuck vehicle it was that is in the agency garage, but I guess I didn't. I have this.
It's the Jubilee in the garage.
No, the one that you have.
Oh, the Granger. Okay, yeah, the Granger 3000. 600.
I thought that
XL.
was what this was.
Oh, okay. Now this is the other one from the update, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. I got this one for free, so decided to modify it and
Who'd you get
do
this
what
from?
it do. Where'd I get that from?
Yeah.
I don't know. They were just doing a DLC, like I think when Contact came out.
Oh, okay.
And then last but not least, we have the fastest SUV in the game, the Tauros. Competes with the speeds of the Kryger. However, its acceleration is just not all that. So.
And of course, it's based off of, in real life, the coolest SUV. The Lamborghini Urus.
Alright, and our next... Oh my god, this car... Whoa. And the next area that we're going to would be the arcade.
Oh, the arcade. Forgot about the arcade.
We're going to the For the garages that we have one car in, like the Toreador, or not the Toreador, the Kasatka, and the facility, are we just gonna call in the car? Just so we see it? Like you said, you had the tank, and that's it? Because I don't think it's worth like going all the way up there and all the way to our Kasatka just to see the one.
I mean, if you have a Toreador, what else do you have to call in?
APC. From my facility.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to call in those cars, I mean... Because here's the thing. Call in one of those because we're going to hand it off. Like, you're going to hand it off to me, but we're going to go do that by driving to my motorcycle clubhouse. So, you can pick something like... You can show off one of those, like, on the way or something. Yeah, it's going to be like a decent drive.
Yeah.
Do I have to like... How the fuck do I get into this one?
I'm loading on.
Maybe I just go into your agency or your class itself. Yeah, I think if I can go into your arcade itself. It's got a whole ass fucking arcade with a bunch of different fucking games. Look at you, dude.
Got all of them, yeah. Shit costs like $23 million.
Your arcade looks heat though. Mine looks big trash. I got the same like 2 games.
Alright, I believe over here is what we're looking for. And then here is just the odds and ends vehicles.
Oh,
so
boy.
we're gonna start off with the Karate Taxi.
Oh my god.
I mean it's the Karate Briozo, but it just has the taxi livery on it, and I thought it was such a cool livery, and I had to put it on.
Remember when I said we came all the way here to look at an SUV?
Yeah.
We came all the way here to look at a shitty Fiat 500 and a fucking Hitler mobile.
Now wait a minute. There's also
And a fucking go-kart. Oh my god.
Hey, it's my gas. Alright, so the
god.
next car that I've got, I got this for free from what's his face, English Dave. The BF Weevil. It's nice Volkswagen Buggy, and yeah, it's got the psychedelic colors on it, so that's pretty cool.
God, I hate this fucking car.
And I thought that the Vito Modern was also in here, but it's not.
Fucking hate that car. Wow, you got a go-kart.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much to say about a go-kart if I'm honest. It's a go-kart. Especially the old one. Like, there's barely any details to it.
Yeah.
The modern,
I mean,
the modern you could talk about the livery. This one here's just like, it's gray.
I put a livery on it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna do Bodhi like that?
Sorry, he didn't bleed. I don't have any blood on the car, so it's good.
The whole front of your car is covered in blood.
Oh, not my screen.
Oh. Dude has the blood turned off. It's a little sensitive.
Bro, what was that fucking... Did you just see that turn?
No.
That dude just pulled all the way out into my lane. Well, not my lane. Into, like, the other lane where you're turning right. And then fucking pulled back in his lane.
They just based it off real life, that's all.
Alright, the next garage we're heading towards to is the nightclub.
Okay, I got stuff to do.
Actually, I don't think I have anything in this, in the entrance. Do I?
I think you need to invite me into this one because I can't enter your nightclub since I have the same one.
Okay. Yeah, so we kind of mentioned, or you mentioned a few times, we went to your garage just to see 3 vehicles. Well, in my garages, my cars are spread out between all of them, so it's kind of...
I know. I was just memeing it.
That's how it is. It's
just you had to bring me to a shitbox garage. That's all.
Hold on, I'm trying to find this basement.
The fucking nightclub's trash, dude.
You're in mine?
No. Just the nightclub in general. I'm outside kicking your car.
Here we are.
Now I might pull out a gun and shoot the windows.
No available players. Bro, what? Are you in your own CEO?
No.
Try walking up to the garage now that I'm in here.
See what options it gives me. Enter your nightclub. Basement level 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. No, I can't go to your nightclub. Let me see if I can go through the front door. Maybe that will give me a different option.
Let me try going into the actual nightclub itself and then somehow finding a way to get into here.
Yeah, I mean, this shit's just bringing me into mine. Maybe... Why do you become a CEO and then invite me, then I can get into your shit?
Do I have to be a CEO for you to be in the nightclub?
I don't know. I keep going into mine because it's the same building.
Maybe because I don't know. This shit's like a shitbox, so.
I hate the arcade, dude. See, now I'm in an arcade. Assuming I'm in yours.
Oh yeah, here you are.
Oh, are we trying to figure out how to get down a level?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get you in here.
Oh yeah, I'm in here.
Because now we can go down to basement level 2 where my garage bullshit is. And show you cars. Cool.
This is a garage tour. Right now it's trying to figure out how to get through a fucking arcade tour. Because this shit's trash and I hate this upgrade.
Oh, nightclub. Arcade is cool. Nightclub is fucking trash, dude.
Whatever the fuck, dude. There's too many fucking buildings. Nightclub, facility, arcade, agency, fucking bunker, secret base, fucking...
So this garage here I have for my sports classics cars.
Okay.
That are not luxury. So got the Albany Frankenstein here. I'm gonna start with this one because it's the most wild. It's the Halloween vehicle. And then I believe there's some kind of like similar, the Hot Knife is like a similar vehicle to this. and that's like one of the cars you get if you had the original game or whatever. Then we got the Gtx Cheetah Classic, which is, I think you have this one too, but this is like my car. You had the Turismo or whatever it was.
This one now.
You don't have this one?
No, this is the one that I have. This is
Uh,
the one that I bought before you.
Oh, so we got
I bought
the
this one, then you
Turismo.
got it free from like a wheel or some shit. No, from the whatever that shit was called.
Yeah, the prize wide.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we've got this here, this Gran Turismo Classic. It's the other one that you have.
I got whatever the old Lamborghini is. I don't fucking remember the names, dude. I can tell you what it's based on for real life. I can't fucking remember the in-game names.
Alright. So, you said call on a vehicle from the warehouse?
Yeah, call in one of those vehicles. I mean, yeah, call in something so we don't have to see one of these. Because these are all playlist cars anyways. So how many more places you got to take us? One?
I think two before the office, or one before the office.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Honestly, whatever one you don't call here will show off after my one of the motorcycle, because we can't take my motorcycles back to the city.
Okay. Don't do this. So, for my facility vehicle, we have the Apc Tank. This is the amphibious tank that was released in the Doomsday Heist event. And it got a wild-ass mounted turret on it. And guns, apparently. And it's also drives in the water, has amphibious nature. And drops proximity mines as well.
This shit's just gonna fuck anybody up, so don't pull up.
Yeah, make the right decision and just don't engage.
I love when dudes try to fight us because they think we got some. Oh, when we had your taxi bullshit, and that dude pulled up on us, then we absolutely bodied them.
Bro, that dude had no idea what to do when we turned the shit around, the mobile operations center, and blocked his shots.
Oh my god.
And you came behind, bro. We were fucking tactical gods.
You got a arcade or a rental war car now?
No.
Oh.
I keep my off-road vehicles in the...
Oh.
in here.
Oh, I think this is the
Also
one you got
thought-
invited me to as well, because...
Also thought I'd show off my RC car.
Yeah. That one being in the CEO or whatever doesn't fucking matter. One of the few updates since 2015 that hasn't required you to be a CEO or whatever the fuck. VIP.
Oh, here's my Vito modern. I have to move that. Alright. So here we've got the RC Bandito. It's a little orange boy. Got the off-road kind of truck body on it. Then come right over here. Could take a Ecola brake.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to send my $1. Sorry.
Alright. So, next we've got the Dink Rt3000 Modern. It's the cool go-kart, got the baby part colors from Mario Kart. And yeah. And come over here, we've got the Maxwell, I'm not actually sure what the Maxwell Vagrant. And this is the fastest off-road car, I believe.
I think so.
And over here we've got the Albany Lurcher. It's the other Halloween vehicle. I have all of them except for the bike, which I sold a while back because I needed money, but I'm probably going to buy the bike back again when it comes around. And then...
Bro, I remember trying to get the basic ass hearse, how fucking wild that used to be.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said. Then we've got the
Support
Desert
America,
Raid.
use foreign oil, bro.
Then we got the Desert Raid here.
Do be like that though.
And I'm actually not sure what I've got in my basement 2, but we're gonna find out. Hold on. Basement 1, I should say.
Didn't even know you had a basement in this gamer.
Okay, no, I have a basement, but it doesn't have anything in it. Okay, so let's run back up to basement level 1, and we grab the Maxwell Vagrant, and we can check out the last garage that I've got, which is the biggest, contains the most cars, which I've been saving for last.
Now we counted earlier, and we have basically the same amount of cars, for anybody wondering. Although I have one less than you, unless you bought more since we counted.
No.
So we counted, I had 66 and you had 67. Again, the way that these are laid out in our garage is a lot different.
I've never drove this. This shit's fucking wild in speed.
You know, you pull it out in one of our off-road races, but...
Oh, I did drive it? Oh, that's right, yeah, the Sprint.
Yeah, but I mean, you never drove it in the city, like on a area where you can see its full speed, power, potential. You can see why you've won 34 race bus.
Yeah, well, these slut bags who drive out in front of me don't help. But...
Oh my god, dude.
This is the easiest vehicle to drive, Cameron.
Let me drive it. Hop out right now.
Well, you're driving up to the motorcycles, right?
Yeah, we gotta take something from your office at that point.
Alright, have us around the block, because this is where the fucking thing is.
Let me drive this shit. Let me see how easy this is. Dude said it's difficult.
Dude's not sending it. That's the thing. You're not sending it like you usually drive.
Where do you want me to send it down this road? Alright.
Dude's driving like cautiously. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit yet.
I drove it around the fucking area. I mean, it likes to slide out, but you gotta know how to fucking drive, dude. Look at that drift.
Yeah, I think it's just sliding out.
You would have never.
More your style. Shut the paddle up. Don't make me No, come here. Alright. Should have taken you in with me, gamer.
I did. I'm here.
Alright, so we're on the super level. And this is the office garage, and the first... Actually, I have to fucking change this. Hold on. Change a couple of my cars here. And the first slot, we have got the Benefactor Kryger. This is probably the most popular car that I have. You've been seeing in the race playlist tens of times. I mean, this car is probably had the most races out of any other car that I've owned currently. And
So it's got to be the most of any races. I mean, every race playlist, I feel like since 2019's featured at least almost.
Alright, there we go. And yeah, I mean, of course I've got mine fitted with the off-road tires to kind of get a little bit more traction and not get fucked up by the curbs as much, but...
Yeah, quick note on this car's appearances in race playlist. The Kryger was first featured in a thumbnail of our race playlist in episode 74. And we have recorded 140 now.
Damn, so just about 70 have gone by.
So this car has been featured in a good amount of them. So. And that's kind of like a good indication of the cars, like in the thumbnail, because I kind of tried to put both of ours at least more recently. So
it's an interesting factoid there. It's pretty cool.
Once I started putting effort in the thumbnails, I put our cars. So for a while, the open wheel cars were on it.
Now, lately, I mean, currently as this video stands, we don't have much backing for the race playlist in terms of views besides on the shorts, which really appreciate you guys going to check out. It's really cool.
The shorts and the TikToks are fucking killing it, dude.
Been seeing a couple of comments from them, and I think that as well as us kind of like getting more into the series, the quality has gone up a lot more since around the time that we got the Kryger, and even more recently. Like, you've been putting more time and effort into like the rules and all the like records that we have, like who has the most points scored, who has the least points scored, yada yada, and shit like that. So shouts out to you, gamer, for really putting in the work, and I mean, definitely shows like the quality boost that we've had in the past year. It's really cool.
I mean, it's pretty swag. I enjoy videos that we make together the most, and that's been obviously something that we've done for a while, and I feel like we've put, obviously a lot of time into making those videos. I mean, each one's 2 hours. And I mean, you think of the effort that we put into to buy a car to use in those videos, like,
yeah,
it's one of those things that there's more that goes into it than just showing up and racing. And I feel like we both have done a lot to make sure that they're good episodes, whether it's more recently track building for the playlist or
especially with track building,
grinding to get the cars, or both of us putting time into really thinking up rules and working through rules that work for both of us that make sense for an episode, and trying to innovate something in the series too, and not keep it staying the same. I mean, it doesn't really go by that often that we don't have a new rule or a new idea that comes in, and I feel like we We do a good job with that. And again, making videos together is very fun. That's why I was so excited to make this video, because again, the ones we do together, I look forward to the most, because it's just, there's that added element to, you know, going off of each other and not just me playing a game.
Yeah, and track building, absolutely. I mean, again, like, the time this comes out, the race playlist isn't as popular, probably as we'd want it to be, but in the future, if it does, you know, pop off, there's a time, if you go back and watch the, really from, like, episode 80, maybe, around episode 70, 80, that, like, or even, actually, no, 110. Before then, we just started adding tracks. Recently, we've been doing, like, and I'm sorry to get off topic, I'll jump back in the car.
No, it's all good. I think that us talking about the Race Plus, because ultimately this has been discussion of the Race Plus, and this is, the Race Plus is our main GTA thing, so you want to talk about it, go ahead.
Yeah, so track building, like, ever since 110 episodes in, like, we really haven't, it's just been downloading and playing tracks of the community. Not really our tracks, besides, like, Sonora and, I don't know, some tracks that you made that have been, like, thrown in there.
Yeah, well,
but we really haven't started doing our tracks until recently, and doing, like, specific playlists based on our tracks recently. And now we're kind of going into this period where we're only using our tracks because we know that they're good. We know that the layouts are solid. We are familiar with the tracks, we're comfortable with the tracks, and we think it's something that you guys would like to see as well. Something interesting.
Yeah, I think the note on that is, first of all, I think that our race playlists were good. I think that the race playlists have gotten good in 2022. Like, I think some of our episodes in 2020 were good, but as we approached episode 100, there was a lot of, like, tension in those videos, and you can definitely see that. So I don't think those were our best. And I think ones from, like, 2016, 2017, 2018 are a lot of just, like, just fucking around. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily, like, it was a race plus, and those wins count for each of us through those years, but it wasn't, like, as much of a competitive race against each other to win. It was more just, like, here's some shit we found. Like, there wasn't a standard for how many tracks there were in an episode, what the track had to require. It's kind of like whatever was found was found. And I really think now we've gotten things established. And again, as we approach recording episode 141, which will be our next recording, that is going to be the final episode for foreseeable future that features creators outside of us too, for tracks. It's going to be something that one has 2 more tracks that we featured for their 3rd time or their 4th time, which is a rule in our playlist that after 4 episodes they get dropped. And that's the thing. There's 2 more tracks by creators that will be dropped after 141, and starting with episode 142 is going to be a lot of just our tracks that we made. I think currently with the tracks that we have to feature in the playlist, we have 10 episodes that we can do with writing our own tracks, and I'm just excited to see where that goes. But do you have anything else you want to add to that?
I do, but I kind of want to get through this part. I think that we could, like, talk and drive while we're going off to Toledo to check out your motorcycles.
Honestly, I think we could do, like, a whole, like, hour video of just us analyzing the race balls.
Yeah, this does have to do with it, and I think we should do that, but I'll mention a little bit. So, did you have anything else to add to that, or?
No,
I mean, I was just gonna.
Okay, do whatever you gotta do.
All right, cool. The 811, a car that I've actually had for a very long time. Actually, I think this is maybe the 2nd or 3rd longest I've had a vehicle. Might be the 2nd longest.
I do know which car, but sorry to cut you off, between both of us, has been featured in our garages the longest, which we'll get to later on.
Yeah. Actually, it's probably the second. Kryger, this, and the Atelier Gto, which we'll see in a little bit, have been in my garage for a very long time. And I've had these cars, I've owned these cars, like, just forever. So this is a pretty nostalgic car for me. I've used this, seen this in a lot of race playlists.
The 811.
Even before the Kryger.
The 811 is one that you've owned on and off too.
Yeah.
Like this, I think was in. I mean, this shit came out like 2016. I think it did. 2017, something like that.
One of the early ones.
I mean, because the thing is that the car this is based off of came out at the same exact time as the T20s car it's based off of. This being the Porsche 918 Spider and the T20 being the McLaren P1. They both came out in 2013, along with the Ferrari LaFerrari, when all three of those companies are making their first hybrid supercars. So, like, this has been around for that long, so I wouldn't be surprised if it came out at a similar time to that T20. Because I believe this is in a thumbnail of one of our really, really old playlists when it was just an image from the race itself, or from the episode itself. I believe this is in one of those images.
Yeah, and I did sell it for a period of time. Then I won it back on the casino wheel at one point. I was hyped about it.
It's definitely a swag car, and honestly, the price isn't bad for how powerful it is, especially if you do a race like Talladega with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I know you were talking about buying it again.
I mean, I definitely would if we did like KO Perico grinding again. I would.
Honestly, that would be a good car for if Avis was.
Oh yes.
A track that I didn't have F1 cars on. So this car here, the ETR1, it's
this one. I remember when these came out.
It's a little interesting. This is a part of a DLC that was the Cunning Stunts.
Yeah, this is one of the first Cunning Stunts. This came out, then the Tyrus came out, and there was like one other one.
It's actually changed the game for racing, because this is when like they added the downforce to the cars, the actual downforce besides the spoiler that provided the downforce, and it kind of changed kind of how the cars of this DLC in particular, but like all the cars after this raced, and I don't race it anymore just because it's not like practical to race at this point, just because of how it fucking drives. But it's a pretty dope vehicle and all. It's pretty dominant in the race playlist at one point, but I didn't use it for long. And yeah, over here we've got the Xeno, which is actually probably one of my favorite supercars. And I say that because it's just a really cool, sleek car. It's got a cool like body design, and I mean its liveries could use a little bit of work, but I mean it's just a dope car overall. I bought it.
It's cool. It's just weird that it's not lined up in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. But I just wish it was a little bit faster and or a little bit easier to control, because it does spin out a little bit.
I've never driven this car. I think it's an interesting looking car though. And
then we also have the Cyclone. I don't know where my Ignis is. I don't know why it's not here. Maybe it's on the next floor. We have my Cyclone here, which is the electric supercar that I've got, right? This is the electric car?
Yes, it is.
So...
based off of a Rimac.
Yeah, so this car has been used in the race playlist for a little while, actually. We figured out how fast like the acceleration on some of these cars are, obviously, because it's an electric. And we bought it, I think, around like episode 70, 80. And we've seen this in multiple episodes, kind of recently around like episodes 100, when we started adding tracks that had kind of a better track layout to them. So, you know, this is a really interesting car here. And I want to see where I have another, like... yes. Weird. It's not down there, but... And last but not least, we have the Ignis. And it's a pink boy as well, just like the STX. And it's a beefy boy. It's a tank of a supercar. It's like twice the size of the Kryger. When you're racing this side by side, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, this thing is super sturdy. It's nice to race on something like Talladega or just a really long track that doesn't have a lot of turns. It's not a bad car, honestly. And didn't you say you were going to buy one of these eventually?
I had one and I sold it, so I gotta rebuy it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you first pulled up with that and that shit was competing with the Kryger, I was like, do we have a new fucking supercar that's gonna be like the dominant supercar? The issue with it is just its turning isn't there. So I think if it had better turning, it would be the dominant supercar. Because it's right up there with the Kryger.
Or right there, like, equal.
It'd be in the spot like the Emirates is. Like, it basically is like the Emirates. Like, it's in a very good spot, but it just can't be used all the time. I don't know if you gotta like invite me to that level or what, because I can't really go down there. Oh, there you go. We're good.
Alright, so this is a colorful garage here. Start with the Omnis.
Ominous.
This is a car that I bought when it was on sale a couple of weeks back. Bought it because I actually never owned this vehicle before this, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Again, it was on sale, and I needed a rally car because we were doing a lot of these races with the Tropos and the Omnis at the time in the race playlist. So I just didn't have a modified car and thought it would be the best interest to get one of these.
And that goes with some of the races that we were talking about, like that people make. Sometimes people just like set random cars, and if you make a rally race, I can't really see which cars you allow when I look on the Rockstar site. I was just like, okay, it's a rally race. You know, we can use the Izzy Sport or whatever, and I have the Tropos Rally, so it didn't matter for me. But if they only allow the Ominous and the Tropos Rally, which are the original rally cars they put in around the Cunning Stunts, like, you were limited. And it's also kind of cool that you have the opposite to the Tropos Rally. Of course, the Audi Quattro and the Valencia Stratos were like wild rally car battles in the 80s, so it's kind of cool to have both of those GTA cars as well.
This car right here.
I love, real quick, I love when I just like drop some like knowledge about the cars. You just don't have like a single thing to like way to respond, so you're just like, there's like a pause, and then you're like, all right, so this is my next car then.
Yeah, I don't really know like specs and details about like the history of a car.
Yeah, so it's funny when I drop that in. You're just like,
so I kind of add my thing beforehand and then just let you know.
Let me see the thing.
So the Atelier Gto is probably the second most iconic car that we have. It's been in multiple race playlists. Actually, it's probably been in almost every single race playlist. I know there's been a couple where we haven't raced cars or where we've done just like no sports races, but it's been in a lot of race playlists.
Now, I know obviously when you're saying a lot of race playlists, you mean like the ones from like 2019 to now, and not the early days.
No, when it's been released.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that. That's also like when we're saying a lot of the race playlists. Like most of the time, that is the era that we're going to reference, is 2019 to now. Because sort of the 2016 to 2018 is kind of its own era, and then 2019 to now is kind of one as well.
And so this car, actually, the livery on it, I decided to do a painting of in real life. And it's pretty dope. I have it actually going into the art competition that should have ended last week, so...
The art competition that's already over by the time this video goes out.
But yeah, I guess it's relevant now. But so that's pretty cool, and I spent a really long fucking time sitting and painting that. So I was really excited with how it came out.
I liked when
And
that's when you brought to my house to have a picture taken of, and you mentioned it to me that it was based on the Atelier Gto livery. And
yes.
I remember you were showing the paintings to my parents because they were in the kitchen at the time that you had it, and they had no idea what you were talking about. This is based off a car in GTA, and they're just like, sick.
Did you know that beforehand, or did you like look at it and you're like, huh, that looks familiar?
It's one of those things that I think that was the week that this livery, or the Atelier Gto, was the car from the car meet with that livery. So it was a very like relevant thing playing GTA at the time. So when you had said it's an Atelier Gto, I seen it right away. Like I didn't think of it before because I'd only seen the livery that week. But once you was in, I'm like, oh yeah, totally Atelier Gto.
I think it nailed it pretty good too. But yeah, the Atelier Gto is definitely the most iconic sports car with all the races that we've done so far.
Oh yeah, I would put the Atelier Gto and like the Masako race car as the top two sports cars that we've ever had in the race playlist.
This one here, I'm surprised you got into a gamer. Is the outlaw of the race playlist. It's the band car. Ooh, the Playa.
It is one of the band cars.
It is a super fast, super speedy car, and gamer hates it. So
it's one of only two cars that have ever been banned in the race playlist: the Pariah and the Devastate.
The Sherbek is banned too.
Sure.
Thought we agreed on that.
Did we? I mean,
yeah, the Sherbek.
Oh, I guess that's banned too. I didn't write it down. I guess it is.
But yeah, it's one of my
I mean, if anybody ever wants to pull up with a Sherbek in a race playlist anyways, you should be banned from race playlisting. That shit with a fucking cardboard fucking...
I do really like how the Prado drives, though. In real shit, it's nice to drive that car. But unfortunately, it's banned from the race playlist. Next, we've got the Morgan. It's the electric car. Now, this car has seen a lot of shine lately in the race playlist because we've been doing electric car races, E-Pre's.
Yay, I love them.
Yes, it's a bit quiet, but
and the car's fucking turn shit.
Yeah, braking is a lull.
I don't like racing electric cars, but it's cool to have another class.
Yeah, it's like a subdivision in one of the classes, like just like the trucks.
Yeah, like the trucks are doing the hot rings. And
I think I missed a garage actually because I didn't. Oh no! Trucks are in the next one.
What about your hot ring?
The hot ring? It's right here.
Oh, hot rings here. I've seen it. And fucking.
Here we've got the Karen Sultan RS Classic, which honestly, I forget about this. I think it's pretty cool. It's old Subaru, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Look at you, the first car in your garage tour that you said the actual one of this.
You used to have like a picture or something of a blue Subaru somewhere, and this, I don't know, I just remember this car. But
I have a lot of connections to blue Subarus, okay?
yeah.
We're going to get into that when we get to my garage tour as well.
Yeah, it's a tuner car I have. It's a pretty fast one.
It's one of the tuner ones, yeah.
It's also a sports car, but I don't really use it ever.
It's one of those cars you have in the garage but don't really use.
Here we've got my Hot Ring Classic. This is a pretty influential car in the series. We've done a lot of Hot Ring races. And honestly, I mean, it's a cool car, but I kind of wish they put more stock cars in the game, or trucks, or...
And this is something that we have, not to cut you off on that topic, but it's something we've talked about a lot during a race playlist, how they should have definitely done things with the hot rings more like they don't with the open wheel cars. Instead of just throwing into the sports car class and saying have fun. Because I feel like you could definitely do more with it. Of course, another thing to note with our liveries is you have the Jeff Gordon livery. And my hot ring has a Dale Earnhardt livery. So that's a fun little note on those. Of course, rivalry in the 90s.
Here we've got the Locust.
Most impulse purchase I've ever seen you fucking make in GTA.
Yeah, we did a Power City E pre-race, and
that was
this
after
car...
a test, right?
That was yeah. This car was just sitting in the parking lot, and I was like...
Very strange.
Really confused, because this car has never spawned like that, so I drove it, and it was pretty cool, so I bought it.
Medium.
I'm rich. So it's pretty cool, sucks to drive. It's pretty cool. Another car that sucks to drive, tuner car, the Karen Calico.
God.
I just have this honestly because I saw that it was a pretty good tuner car to pick, so this is the one that I originally went with.
We could have recorded a race plus in the time that this video is going to take.
Yeah, probably. Oops.
I like it. Here
we've got the Corey, the Tesla. This is a recent purchase. We found that this car was in the game, and we've been doing a lot of deep races, and we bought this car because it's a third car to use in the game, because Rockstar doesn't put too many electric sports cars, or electric cars in general in the game, so gotta take what we can get.
And the cool thing about it is there's 3 electric cars in the sports car category.
4.
We each have one that is like just us own. Like you have the Morgan and I have the Neon. And then the Raiden we each have, which makes it kind of cool in that sense too.
Kind of like the sports process.
Yeah.
The Voltic.
The fuck's a Voltic?
The Coil Voltic?
Fuck that.
Rocket Voltic?
Fuck that car. Doesn't count.
The fan. So here we've got the Fister Comet Safari. This is one of my favorite cars in real life, the 911. And, well, I mean, this is it's an off-road version, or whatever. But I decided to buy it in the game when we were doing rallies because it's a pretty good car for speed. And I'm going to bring this in too to modify so that I can take the diamond off it. Cut the barrier. Honestly, not much to say about this one. I just won this on the prize ride, and it was I decided to modify it because I model all my vehicles.
I think the Barrier is a cool car. I just didn't do it because I couldn't be bothered to do 3 tuner races.
Oh. Are you gonna do this one?
This week?
Yeah.
No. I'm good. Like, maybe there's like a car that I really think is awesome that's on it, I'll do it. But like, I like the Verlier a pretty good amount and didn't want to fucking do it. So it's gonna be something like, I don't even know, dude.
Here we've got the Weenie Izzy Sport. This car is the main car for rallies, and honestly, it's a pretty good car for just regular racing as well. I haven't seen much of it lately because there's not too many rally races that have been made, and we're doing more of our own tracks, so we're not going to see him for a little while, but we have a lot of rally races that we do have made already, so we will see him shortly. Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen this in a bunch of races regardless, so. Another kind of subdivision.
Had some big moments and some shorts.
And here we've got another rally car, the Flash GT. It's actually a pretty good contender to the Weenie Izzy Classic because it has better, straight line speed.
Yes.
The Weenie Classic has better turning, so.
And that was a little top heavy too when you race, so it kind of falls over sometimes.
Yeah, it's. The Weenies got a good base. Shit's like Hell Kerbex.
Bro, what?
Dude, remember that one?
What? You do realize we're making content in 2022 and not 2012, right?
Yeah, I mean, that shit's dirty as fuck, dude.
Cool. I'm just making sure you got your years right here. Fucking my first video. This is my video about Beyblades.
Really good reference. But, you've been paying attention, moreover. But,
oh my god.
This is my muscle car garage.
Garage.
We've got the Vapid Dominator Gtx, which is another tuner car. This is actually a pretty dominant vehicle for a while in my muscle car class. And then we got the STX.
Basically, before I bought the Buffalo, the muscle car class had a good variety of cars that were featured, and then I bought that and just blew it all up. Sorry, muscle car class.
Here we've got the Imponte Beater Dukes. And the Imponte Dukes of Death. I'm gonna do them at the same time. I wasn't ignoring.
Okay, I'm about to say, that's all we got to say about the...
Both of these cars are pretty good. The same speed. I think the Beater Duke's actually a little bit faster because it's not as armored.
The Duke of Death is the best of the three.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's that and it's the regular Dukes and the Beater Dukes, but they're all like basically the same.
Beater Duke has a bunch of cool modifications that you can put on it, so.
That's the thing. If you're gonna get one between the Dukes and the Beater Dukes, get the Beater Dukes just by the fact that you can modify it so much more, even if it's basically the same car. It's got so much more mods.
And even though that the variety of muscle cars that we did have was blown out of the water, we do have another class, the muscle truck class that we've added recently that features the Yosemite, the Drift Yosemite, Slam Van, and the whatever else is in there.
We only use the Drift Yosemite though because it's the best one, and we don't have enough to like restrict it in a carpool, so it's kind of just gonna be the only one.
Yeah. Similar to the electric cars in the sports class.
Yeah. There's just not enough of those races to restrict it.
All right, and yeah, that was my garage. You're in my garage.
All right, which car are we taking to my clubhouse? You can pick anything from your office. Just invite me to which one it is. Got a pretty swag garage set up here. And then we're going to head to my clubhouse, which I need to actually not be a CEO or part of your CEO to go to it.
Yeah, you do. Cool. Okay then, loser.
Alright, give you a location to go to, gamer. So of course this is the moment that we get the handoff between the two areas, or the two of our garages. So once we get up to here, though, I'm going to call in my Kenjali, show that off real quick, get that out of the way, and then we'll take a look at the motorcycles.
Alright. And what I did want to say before in the office garage, since we kind of have a minute to get up to the actual place itself, was that I think the rules in the playlist are like the best that they've been in a very long time. And if you go back to race episode number 140, the most recent one, it was a wild turn of events. And let's just say, because of the rules being how they were, because of the rules of being how they were, you know, we were able to see a wild, chaotic comeback that it was just really wild. You guys gotta go check it out. But I really think that like the rules kind of even themselves out. Like we've achieved what we wanted to achieve with the rules. What did you say?
Yeah, I think that what we've done with the rules is put it in a way that it makes it equal for us racing. And I think that's part of what's beneficial. Not as much now, but at least before, you definitely struggle with the racing. Like, it was something that didn't... It wasn't something you were really good at. Obviously, I played racing games since I was, like, 5. So, I've done racing games forever. That's, like, my favorite type of game to play, and basically exclusively what I do. and you've always played a bunch of other games and all that stuff. So I got such an advantage in that sense of racing, and some reason GTA racing just clicks really well for me. You want to buy it. So I think that being able to balance it where it's not something that, because the original episodes I would just come out and win and it was pretty much guaranteed. We got it to a point though where either one of us can win every episode, and we got it to a point where it's exciting to do and exciting to just record an episode because you never know who's going to win. And I think the last episode that we did really showed that, where no matter what it was, no matter what the gap was, the way that the rules are set, you have a shot to win in an episode.
You need something, huh? When you arrive, let me know.
And I think that we've achieved
It's coming at you.
something really cool with that. I didn't want to say I also have a thruster in the that place, but I hate that. So if I could sell it, I would, but for some reason I can't.
You just don't want to.
No, you can't sell the thruster.
No, I think you just don't want to.
No, you genuinely can't.
No, I didn't even think you just don't want to.
I think you should genuinely kill yourself. How about that? It only took an hour and a half for one of us to tell them to kill themselves. This is my Kanjali tank. It's a tank. It's a Kanjali tank.
What do you have?
I mean, okay. It's pink and orange because those are my two favorite colors, and die loser. So, let's go take a look.
Oh my god.
Let's go take a look at my least favorite garage.
Your least favorite? About your facility. The facility.
Yes.
Gamer. Thanks, Gamer.
So this is my bike.
Hey, why don't you come over to my clubhouse?
This is my bikes. I have a lot of them.
Hi, bikes.
I'll wait till you're here. Got a lot of pictures of girls in this club because that's what bikers do, I guess.
I had a drink. Hook me up, buddy.
Oh my god, dude.
No?
She only has 0 alcohol drinks, gamer, sorry.
God damn it.
This is my Western Reaver. It's a bike that's quick. This is my Western Gargoyle. It's a bike that's not quick, and it says 69 on it. So nice.
I see. Cancer bike, gamer.
And this is the Body 801 RR because back in the day, this is the only motorcycle that was good. Yeah, so that's the thing. I have this.
Ooh, motorcycle is good.
That's true. I got the Gargoyle because it's one of only 3 bikes that I find cool in this game. And the Reaver is a very speedy boy, and I want to have something that goes very, very quick. Also, I do have an Oppressor, but it's not in here because I didn't know you could put the Oppressor in here until an hour ago. Alright, fuck the motorcycles. Let's go back to the city.
Alright, and I'll call in a vehicle from the garage that we can get to see from mine. You can drive it, gamer.
Okay.
Thanks, Johnny, on the spot for hooking me up.
John on the spot really be hooking everybody up, huh?
He really does, dude. Alright, Gizzer. And this is the Apc Toreador. Holy shit. This is the submarine super rocket vehicle that turns into a submarine. and you can store it in the Kasaka and pull it out of the Kasaka into the deep ocean, which is pretty cool. It also has rocket launchers on it. And guns.
So you get for being a loser. Fucking loser bag. Fucking tree. Fuck the environment. God. Fucking hate it here. That was a meme, guys. I like trees. I think they're swag.
Better.
You better kill yourself. How about that?
Fun fact, you know you can drive up a hill and then use the boost to like fly?
Can I fly up a hill and turn into submarine mode? That's the real question.
You can, but you need to
Move, whore! Somebody gets so annoyed when they drive, huh?
I mean, you have a rocket car. Oh, this thing also blows up if you hit something, so don't hit the missile into a car and then hit yourself.
Like I almost did there.
Yeah. You have to like drive it off of the hill over here next to college.
Oh my whore bag. How'd you fucking live? Nope. Nope. Not accepting that.
I'll just boost in the back of the car.
I hate cars with boosters because they're unpredictable as fuck.
It's bad.
Or you couldn't even drive a fucking vagrant down the fucking road without crashing, dude. I don't want to hear shit. Get missile strike top.
Bro, that missile just fucking like curves so fucking hard, dude. Kind of like you curve hard, gamer.
Do be like that sometimes.
Well.
Alright, it's time to... Thank you.
Gamer, please.
I went to go invite you in, but then the shit got fucked. Maybe you went too far away from the door.
You're a door gamer.
So this is my RC car. It's an RC car.
Is it?
Yep. And then we head into the main area, which we'll wait for you to arrive before we explain these cars. But
yeah, wait for me. Oh, I'm coming.
So we got my two Arena War cars, as I have two because they're necessary. First up, we have Jeff. This is the Benefactor Nightmare Bruiser. Jeff's a pretty swag dude. He pulls up. He's got boosters and miniguns and all the things that you would want from a car. This is my Vapid Future Shot Dominator, otherwise known as Osama Ben Yeaton. And, yeah. This is my new one. I had the other one since the Arena War came out. This is the new dude though, and this shit is fucking heat. So gamer, hop in. I picked the Dominator. I thought it'd be kind of a fun choice. It's got some
You're a fun choice.
laser guns and nitrous boost.
The creative vehicles and boosters. You're such a fucking hypocrite.
Your existence is hypocrisy, dude.
Yeah? I'm gonna change up the fucking phrasing of the word.
Your existence is a poorly phrased word.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so we only have a few garages to go to since I keep all my cars in one central location. So we're not going to do as much traveling, but we are going to do looking at these Santa Monica cars.
A lot of slutting.
Did anybody ask for your opinion?
Go! I think you were. I'll get out there.
Good. Alright, so we're going to go to office garage number 1. Office garage number 1 is a pretty heat place. Now, I keep all my cars in 2 office garages, and then I keep whatever current building I'm sort of using as my spawn location and central base, or keep all my other cars. So this is going to be some swag cars nonetheless. So we're going to start here with the Ocelot Xa21. I really think this is a very swag supercar. Doesn't really get pulled out in the playlist because it's just not quick enough, but it does have moments that I think it could be beneficial. I mean, we had one race where I absolutely destroyed you when you were racing the Kryger. So, but I don't really know if that's the track or the car. Next up is the, what is this? Fister Comet SR. It's a Porsche 911, which are all the same. And this one is blue and pink. This doesn't get featured in the race playlist sometimes, just because it's always the first car whenever I load into the game. So it kind of just ends up getting there defaulted. I use it in races on accident, basically. Next up, before the muscle car class got blown away by the Buffalo XDS, for me, it was the Prado Gauntlet Hellfire, which is an absolute speedy boy. And, yeah, it's a great car, really fun to drive, but when you go up against the Buffalo XTX, I mean, there's nothing you can really do. This one does tend to drift out a little bit, too, so in some of those races where we had to keep restarting, it would spin the tires a lot, and then we go into a corner and I would slide out and lose some time. So it's kind of hard in those scenarios, but overall, very swag muscle car. Next up is the Dink Rt3000. This is one of the, what are those cars called? Tuners.
Tuners.
Yeah. So I got the matte black. I think that the livery pops out with the Princess Robot bubblegum, which I just think is a ridiculous thing, so I put out a bunch of my cars just because it's funny. But yeah, I think that this livery with the matte black looks really, really awesome. And I kind of just bought the car just because. It can be convertible, but I don't have it as convertible. Next up is the Progen Tyrus. This is another supercar. This one came out at the same time as, what was your car that you had? The, what was that shit? Fuck. I talked about
Xeno?
No, I don't know. What was the one right next to your Xeno?
The
The
Cyclone?
wide boy. The wide boy.
That wasn't next to Ignis?
No, not the Ignis. The wide boy that came out from the stunts that you had.
Oh, ETR1.
Yeah, ETR1. That's a wide boy.
Yeah.
This came out at the same time as that, based on the McLaren F1 race car.
Obviously, McLaren F1.
So that thing's super swag, and then here is my hot ring. Again, hot rings are very, very swag, very important, like you had said, to the race playlist. And this is my Dale Earnhardt livery one. Like I mentioned, you had the Jeff Gordon one. I got Dale Earnhardt livery. Kind of cool to have both of those in the playlist. So it's going up to the second level, Gamar. So, first of all, we have my Raiden. We already talked about the Raiden for you, but I think that having the matte white looks a lot like the Teslas that you see around. So I felt like that'd be a cool thing for that. Again, not much to say about it. You already talked about it before. Next up, we have the iWagon electric SUV. I thought it looked cool. It'd be fun to drive around, but it is not quick for racing at all. Even being electric, it's complete trash. This, though, this is my lowrider. This is my Benefactor Glendale Custom. And this thing is just overall heat. I've had plenty of lowriders throughout the years, but I think this is probably one of the cooler ones I've had overall. This is what you were talking about earlier, with us each having our own specific sports car. This is mine, the Pagani Torino, based on the Lamborghini Countach from the 70s and 80s and 90s. Mostly 70s and 80s. Then we have the Benefactor Schlagen Gt, based on the old Mercedes Gullwings back in the day in the 50s. This shit is just absolutely awesome. And it does get pulled out on the playlist occasionally. Got pulled out on the slow list. Got pulled out in a sports car race the other day as well. So definitely a cool car. And all my Benefactors are this silver. Because, of course, Mercedes are silver arrows. This is the Paragon R. I had the Paragon R armored. Felt like for the race playlist, this would be a just a cool car to use occasionally. And again, the armored one for some reason you can't use in races, so this is one you can though. And then this is my Windsor drop. Of course, you had the regular Windsor. And yeah, I liked the Windsor drop back in the day, so I wanted to rebuy it. And I feel like this matte kind of silver grayish color kind of just works good on the car. Ready for the next level, Gamar?
Yes. Oh, this is a pretty good view.
Yeah, this is the Maze Bank view, gamer. Shit.
Yeah, the Maze Bank view.
Alright, this is the Fister Comet Safari. When we were pulling up, doing a lot of the rallies, you pulled up with this car. So I had to buy it. That's why I have it. I just felt like it was essential to have for rallying, and that's why I have it. This, though, this is the Flash GT. This is based on the Ford Fiesta, which I thought is a pretty swag car. Don't know why. Thought the Fiestas were kind of cool, though. named my cat Fiesta back in 2017. So that's why I have it as a black car. And sort of in honor of her, I always keep it black. So that's why it's black. I add a little livery to it to make it sort of pop for the race playlist, but that's why it's a matte black car. Next up, we have the GB200, another rally car. This is based on a old Subaru 2002 WRX STI. And yeah, I think it's this awesome car. Again, I like the Subaru STIs for rallying. I think that they're really cool cars. And got this one with the livery because number 6 is kind of the number I vibe with these days. Next up is the Karen Sultan Classic. Get another Subaru with that rallying design from the 90s on it. Then we got the Beater Dukes. Just a cool car to have around again. You can upgrade the Beater Dukes pretty well, so I wanted to go all in on adding a bunch of stuff to this car. And again, I made mine look clean. I know you have yours as like still beaten up, which is kind of cool to kind of get that different vibe in the two of them. And then next up, I have the Duke of Death, which we rebought from the recent episode that we had on the Yoshi track. I believe I won that playlist with having not used a modified Duke of Death. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I kept it green just to honor that episode. And this is the Pegassi Taurus, which is the best SUV in the game. Based on the best SUV in real life.
Yeah.
What do you think about this garage, gamer? You didn't really say much during that.
It's pretty nice. Is that like all of your cars?
No.
Did you guys have to do a different garage or just...
Yeah, it makes it into a different garage.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to like invite you to this garage or what?
Oh no, I see here now.
Okay, so this is my second garage. That's sort of where I keep all of my cars that I quite like those ones. This is kind of like the overflow level here, but the further up we go, they're kind of just cars that I have. This is the Volito Modern. Again, another Princess Robot Bubblegum livery. It's a car that I have for the race playlist. That's why I have it. I don't care. Besides that, this is the Vapid Dominator GTT, based on the 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1. In green, that's my favorite classic muscle car. So when I seen this was in the game, it's pretty cool. I don't really know why it's in the tuner class, but it's just fun to sort of own and drive. Next up is the Lamborghini Tropos Rally. We kind of talked about this before with your, whatever yours is called, the rally car from that. What was your rally car? Ominous, yes. So this one here, very similar. Time period that it came out. Same time, actually. This is the Valencia Stratos. Now we get to the Zentorno, which back in the day was a big car for us to use racing, and yeah, it was just something that was, I don't know if it really got much shine in the race playlist, but pre-race playlist, this is the car to go to. Speaking of the race playlist, we have the Massacro race car. Sold it for a while and then rebought it for episode 100 back in 2020. And I've kept it since then. So that's why these are both in orange. As you can see, I used to keep every single one of my cars in orange, and it kind of got boring in my garage. So most of my cars now have some different colors, not orange. But these being classic cars that I've rebought, I kept them orange. Then we have the Slam Van, based on an old Ford truck. I like the blue and the white. I think that it's just a cool color on it. Doesn't really race well. Don't need it for racing. It's just more here for driving around the city when I feel like it. And yeah, I've had the blue and the white on that car since 2015. Again, sold and rebought it, but I really enjoyed the Slam Van. Up on level 2, we have the Vapid Dominator Gtx based on one of the new Mustangs. And yeah, that's pretty much why I have it. Just a swag looking car. Not really the best for racing, but it's a enjoyable car. Maybe I'll change the color on it actually looking at it.
I wish I liked that car.
Said you wish you liked it?
No, I said I wish. I said I wish it was better for racing. I like that car.
Oh yeah, it's such a cool car. It's very unfortunate that it's not. Next up, the Schafter V12. Just a Mercedes, basically. One of the cars that exist in the game. I like it though. It's kind of fun just to have to drive around and just use. Again, not really going to see it in the race, but yeah. Then we have the Benefactor XLS Armored. This I thought was so cool when it came out back in 2017, I think. It's just such a fun car to drive around. Being armored, just that little extra protection. Going through the city, you never know when some fuckboy's gonna pull up on you. Of course, you get pulled up on with an oppressor while you're done, but pull up with something else, you can get away. We have the Vapid Trophy Truck. Of course, you have the other one. Fuck. Why can't I remember the names of this shit now?
Desert Raid.
Desert Raid, yes. So I had the Trophy Truck more. You bought the Desert Raid because you wanted to do more off-road racing. So I bought it and I call it the Insurgent Special. Being black and white, just like Insurgent. Then we have the Camacho, which I initially bought for the off-road racing. But you said, fuck you, buy something different. So I got the Trophy Truck. No, but I got this one kind of for the off-road racing that is in between the Trophy Truck and the Desert Raid. So it's just a good one to have for that. And the next step, we have the Dubsta 6x6. This is the one that we used to use back in the day when you had it. Back when it was more than just us playing, when we had some fuckboys that were joining us. But yeah, it was just a cool car to pull up with, and being the Mercedes 6x6, I think that it's an awesome car. Then we have the Insurgent, because in today's economy, you need a armored car in the street, so you're gonna get yeeted in the sheets. So that's the slogan I'm going with, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, Insurgent, it's here. I don't know what else to say. And then we get to the shit level. Basically, these are some wild-ass cars. So first up, we have the Kuruma. This is the only car that I have that's not modified. I've got a standard Kuruma because it's the closest car that I can get in this game to the car that I actually own. This is based off of a 2015 Subaru Impreza. And I have a 2018 Impreza, so it's the closest I can get to that car. Of course, little difference with this being a car, not a wagon, but still, it's as close as it can be. Being blue, keep it standard, just like, stock like my cars. Then we have the Class A Rhapsody. I absolutely love this car. I think it's a fun little car to have. Yeah, I enjoy this thing. I think it's so cool. I love it. Then we have the Inverto Cockett, which was I believe the first car that I ever drove in GTA. I've told the story many times of playing GTA at my brother's apartment on his PS3, and he had this Cockett in purple, and just driving it around. So when I got GTA myself, I bought this car, and more recently I rebought it just because it has that cool connection to being the first car I ever drove in GTA. And then finally we have a Bullockin Prairie because we have a Bullockin Prairie. No, it is the basically it's like the only Korean brand car in the game, being based off of old Hyundai. So that's why I have it. I mean, it's here. Put it that way. But now we're gonna go to the main garage. So let's hop in this car. Let's hop in the Rhapsody. How we feel about this garage tour so far, Gamer?
It's well. How many garages did you go to?
Just my agency.
Okay.
So we asked the question, like, or we talked about it before, like, was there any cars that we didn't see that each other had? Obviously, we're at the point where all the cars in here I know that you've seen that I've had. So, was there anything in that garage tour that you were surprised that I had?
No.
Trying to think if there's anything that you had on your tour.
Was there a bike that you thought I had that was interesting?
I think I was more interested in the fact that you had the Oppressor in your clubhouse.
Oh.
Did you get my agency invite, Gamer?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. I think maybe the closest thing that I was like surprised that you had might have been like the Baller SUV. That was like the closest thing. I wasn't really surprised. It was just like you have a Baller. So yeah, not really. So this is it. This is my main garage, like I had mentioned. I keep everything in my office garage, and then wherever I'm currently like spawning from, hanging out at, basically whatever the newest DLC is, mainly. That's where I keep all my cars. So originally it was the office. Once, that stuff started coming out. At the office, then we kind of went to the other one I didn't use was the arena. But we had the nightclub, we had the arcade, we had, those types of things. So I've used a lot, and currently the agency is the newest things. That's where we're hanging out. So first up is the Granger 3600 XL. And this is just a swag boy. Got the guns on it. Got the armor. It's something that I feel like is good for going around the city, kind of pulling up. Maybe the people not necessarily expecting to get pulled up on by an SUV. And it's got a little bit of power, so you can get away when you need to. Down on the second level. This is like the prime level right here. This is the race playlist level. This is where all the heavy hitters are. First, we're going to start with my favorite cars in the game, these two right here. The Benefactor Br8. This being one of the open wheel cars. I love to pull up with this. I'll use it in free mode to get some places. Sometimes I need to get somewhere quickly. Got the Mercedes F1 livery on it with the silver kind of fading to the black, with the junk logos kind of replicating the Mercedes logos that are normally in that area of the car, and the blue kind of fitting well with the Petronas logo that's on the actual Mercedes F1 car. So really think that's cool. And actually, when Mercedes was running the black livery in 2020 and 2021, I had this car match that color on the front. Next up is the Benefactor Kryger. We talked about the Kryger, how important this car is, and being based on the Mercedes AMG one. putting a F1 engine in a road legal car is quite a feat, and it's just an awesome car. I absolutely love driving this car as much as possible. Then we have the Buffalo STX. Again, very wild. Kind of blew up the muscle car category in the race playlist when I pulled it out the first time. And I got the colors on it to kind of match the Buffalo Bills colors. So that's why it's the blue and the red like it is. And it's an awesome car to use. Again, pulling up on people in lobbies, like, you can definitely use it too. So it has both race playlist use and fighting people in lobby use. So that's just an all-around great car to have. Next up is the Fister Neon. This is my go-to electric car of choice, based on the Porsche Taycan, which is my favorite electric car that exists. Don't really like many, so one of the few electric cars I like, the Porsche Taycan. Of course, gotta have it in the game. And I think this blue and the yellow, it really, really works as colors. Because I had the blue on this car as well, so kind of getting the blue and then yellow just goes very well. Pops out on the blue. Next up is the Atelier Gto. Got the blue on it, got the pink, and with this livery, it is quite cool. I really like the paint livery like you had. But obviously I didn't want to take your livery and use the same exact thing on a very similar base color of pink. So I went with this one, which just looks really, really cool as well. I don't really go for the liveries in the cars as much. I know it's more your vibe, but trying to get a little more livery is going to go with maybe not this car, but most of my liveries go with something a little more subtle. Just kind of cool for the race playlist.
Yeah.
We'll go over here next. This is the Cockett D10. This is based on the newest Corvette with the engine in the back. So I have this on purple because, like I mentioned, my brother had the purple original Cockett, so I wanted to kind of bring that to the modern version of the car. So that's why this one's purple. It's fun to race. It just doesn't really race super well, and again, in a class dominated by the Atelier Gto, you're very limited in options besides the Atelier Gto. Next up is the Benefactor Schlagen Gt, based on the Mercedes AMG GT. This is just a fun car to race. I really like it. Again, if you can't tell, I like Mercedes cars. I would like to race this more in the race playlist, but again, Atelier Gto is kind of hard to go up against. And honestly, when it comes to something like the carpool, I kind of forget that it's there in the moment. And then when I always come back to my garage, I'm like, oh yeah, Atelier Gto, but I always just go to something else. Then we have my two McLarens. We got the Progen Emirates. This is the car based off the McLaren Senna. And yeah, it's an awesome car. And I really, really like using it. It's actually faster than the Kryger, but it doesn't have the same grip and lots of times acceleration. And in a race playlist where we do reset a good amount from contact, definitely puts it at a disadvantage using that. But yeah, it's cool. And actually, I have a picture on my Instagram seeing one of these first cars in real life, one of the first ones that came to America. So it's kind of cool to see that. Next up, we have the T20. At the time, before the Project 1 Mercedes came out, which now, of course, is the AMG one. Before that, the McLaren P1 was my favorite car. And it's still top 2. So, first of all, when I got to see the real one in person, that was just such an awesome experience to see. But racing this car, it was a staple in the race playlist for the first about 70 episodes. Basically, before the Kryger came out, this was one of my go-to cars. Maybe there's one other ones in there that I'm forgetting, but am I forgetting one?
Maybe.
I feel like we raced this one for so long. Either way, the T20 was just a car that I raced for such a long time. Such a cool car. And this is the car that I was referring to as the car that we've owned the longest. This is the original one that I bought in 2015. Back, I believe we were still playing on Xbox back then. So this one's actually transferred to the PS4 from then, and of course, hopefully soon, transfer to the PS5. So this will be on all 3 generations. But it's just one that I've had for so long. Such a special car and a staple on the channel. Next up, we have the Vector, where the fuck, the Emperor. It's a tuner car, and it's the best one that I have. That's why it's in this garage. I don't really know. It's based off of a Lexus, so that's great. And finally, the last level. We have the Paragon R Armored. Of course, good to be in this garage. If we got to pull up on dudes again. Armored with some weaponry. Just a super swag car. Then we had the PR4 with a old Benetton livery. I believe 1991, 92 from F1. Benetton colors are pretty cool. So that's why it's here. Then we have actually my favorite of the tuner cars, the Jester Rr, based on the new Toyota Supra, which the new Supra is just amazing. So this car, had to get it when the tuners came out. This is the first car that I bought from it, and it races well. It's not as good as the other one. Then we have the DR1. Why'd I buy this car? Was it for the race post?
Probably.
I'd imagine. I mean, I don't really. I think because you were buying the 8.8 or whatever. So I had to. I wanted to have a third one, as you had all 4. So I got the DR1 with the Prado Award Aero McLaren livery on it. That's the extent of my IndyCar knowledge. Do not ask me any more questions. Then we have the Graudi Turismo Classic. I absolutely think that this is one of the best, if not the best, sports classic car in the game. Of course, based on the Ferrari F40. So, of course, it's a Ferrari, so it had to be blue, right? So that's kind of a little F1 trivia piece there. One of the few times that Ferrari did race in a blue car, kind of a protest of Formula 1 and the FIA. For some reason, I don't know, the FIA loves Ferrari, so why they raced in blue? No idea. Next we have the Graudi Atelier RSX again. I didn't want to have a red Ferrari because I'm not cringe like that. I don't really vibe with Ferraris like F1 vibes, so it's kind of a weird line between having a car based on a Ferrari and then their F1 team, because apparently everybody's supposed to love Ferrari, and I just don't. I think it's kind of cringe. So not a fan of Ferrari's F1 team, so that obviously carries a little bit towards a car choice. So as much as I love this actual car, I don't want to have it in red. Next we have the Jubilee, which is slowly moved its way down this garage. It used to be at the top, but as I've gotten 2 other weaponized armored cars with Armani Tech, this one's kind of dropped down. It's kind of the third option to the Granger 3600 XL and the Buffalo STX. And then again, on the subject of rallying, the Winnie Izzy Sport, here it is, the go-to rally car. That's why it's down here. We switched between Sprunk and Sprunklite sponsorship, kind of every few playlists that do that and kind of switch up whatever color goes with the livery. We always have the sprung livery, so we stick with that. And the final car to show you guys is the Drift Yosemite. Of course, we talked about it in your half of the garage tour, how just one of those things that we sort of got into doing the truck racing recently, and this one is my version of it. So that's our garage tours. What do we think of these garages?
Yours a lot easier to follow. I mean, just because mine were seemed a lot more scattered over the place, but it was organized.
Yeah, I mean, you got organization to it. It's just, for like video-wise, it may not make sense to everybody watching. Why would you have that everywhere? But I totally get in your explanation of why you have them where they are. And it's kind of cool you have a specialized garage. I mean, my closest to that is I kind of have them sorted together in some of my office garages. Like, I got the rally cars together, and I got some of the big off-road cars together. But this one here is just kind of leveled by importance to me mostly. So it's kind of cool how you have your cars just, no matter how important they are to you, they're just in the categories they're supposed to be in. And I kind of like how you've done that. So that is our garage tour episode, which has been, of course, as long as a race playlist. So if you haven't checked out any of our race playlist episodes or the shorts / TikToks from those, make sure you check out the race playlist and the shorts. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out our garages. Thank you for showing us around our garage, or your garages, Gamar. And, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.